Alright, what's up guys? It's been a little while, but I'm here to update you guys on my 2006 first gen Toyota Tundra build, and I've got a lot to do. I'm trying to fit a S-Pod in, a full throttle battery, a Baja Designs Onyx 6 light bar, and Baja Designs Squadron Pros in the stock fog light buckets using Baja Design parts. So nobody says that they make a first gen Tundra fog light kit, but you can use the second gen fog light buckets for the stock bumper, and you just have to get some fender washers and do a couple little modifications. But I'm also trying to fit this big 30-inch Onyx 6 in here, and you know, there's some clearance issues. I may end up having to kind of move around the bumper bar. We're going to move a couple hard lines, and I'm going to walk you guys through that. And I've already got the front bumper removed. This is not something that you have to do necessarily to do the fog lights, but because I'm doing the light bar and everything, it's just easier to do it. So you can see here, so this hard line is in the way with the Onyx 6. The Onyx 6 is so thick. You can see here, there's no way that that fits with these hard lines. So what I'm going to try to do is flip these brackets. There's a bolt on the backside holding it to the bumper bar, and then this bolt, and I'm going to undo it, flip it around, and these are going to come in. So these will come further back in. They're on soft line, so that should be okay. It's not going to really cause any issues, but it will give us the fitment for the bar. And so as you can see, these are the brackets, and I'm going to undo this bolt and flip it around, and it should push this hard line back like this, because this will now be on this side, and so it'll just go just like that. All right, so as you can see, that actually worked perfectly. There's plenty of room for that big Onyx 6 light bar now, and I unfortunately did notice that it looks like one of my soft lines has a crack in it. My truck has quite a few miles on it. It's over 200,000, so I'm going to go ahead and order some new hard lines or soft lines, because it does have a crack in it. So, you know, moving this will put a little bit more stress on it, but replacing these, it'll help. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure this, mark it out. I think it's 52 inches across here, so I'll mark out about 26 inches and then make sure it's lined up in the middle of the light bar. And I'm going to go through, mark a couple holes, drill them, and I'm going to mount it, and then I'm going to have to put the bumper back on. And what we're going to end up doing is marking the bumper, cutting this, and then you are going to have to trim up the bumper and trim the bumper across, because the Onyx 6 is so tall. All right, so this is all mounted up. It's bolted through here. Let's see if you can see in there. It's bolted through. It's all clearanced. This is going to be sweet. It's very bright. I love these Onyx 6 light bars. So I think the bummer thing here is that my bumper is sagging quite a bit, so it's pretty far off here. I didn't feel like notching that bumper bar, so what I'm going to do is just measure here and cut. So as you can see, this is the stock fog light, and You take it out of the bumper by just lifting up a tab and kind of just squeezing this out. But this is what we're replacing, and we're replacing it with this. So this is a Squadron adapter plate for the 2nd gen Tundra. It is not for the 1st gens, but it'll fit. And so I just have to remove the face plates and then add these, and you'll kind of see how it's going to fit into the bumper. So this is the stock one, and that's the tab that you release to drop it out. And then this is where this is going to go. So you're going to feed it in basically like this, and this will fill the hole just fine. But what we need to do is get some like fender washers, and we're basically just going to sandwich this and this tab, and that's going to make the Squadron fit flush in here. And that is how you are going to fit Squadrons in the stock 1st gen bumper using Baja Designs parts. You're not going to have to cut or do anything. It is, for the most part, a bolt-in affair. It would have been too hard to try to work these in here while filming, so I just wanted to show you up close how it works. Very easy, no modifications required. So I didn't drill anything, didn't cut anything, just the stock Baja Design stuff. You will have to do some connectors. I don't know if they make a 1st gen Tundra adapter, but I'm going to actually switch over to all Baja Designs connectors. So I'm going to cut the stock one off and solder on the Baja Designs ones. All right, so that's it on the install for the Baja Designs Squadron Pros and the Onyx 6 light bar. Again, if you don't already have an Onyx 6 or you don't want to do any additional modifications, I would suggest maybe running a Baja Designs S8 bar. It's not nearly as deep as the Onyx 6, and you wouldn't have to probably mess with those hard lines at all. I'm a big fan of the Onyx bars. I've always ran them on all my vehicles, so wanted to make sure that I did the same on this truck. And same goes with the Squadrons. I know a lot of people have looked for easy ways to install Squadron Pros on a 1st gen Tundra, and you can do it with parts directly from Baja Designs. Again, it's that bracket kit. I'll put a link to it in the description. I think it's for Ford F-150s and 2007 to 2013 Tundras. And again, no modifications on that except for on the harness. You have to either cut the stock fog light harness connectors off, or you could just make an adapter, either one. And yeah, they work great, they look great, so very stoked on how easy this was. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them below, and subscribe if you haven't. I'm going to be doing a lot more 1st gen Tundra content soon. All right, see ya.